Welfare Checks by Carlos Aguilar. Privileges. 47 million. Over 47 million people get the privilege of getting food stamps. Food stamps are a voucher issued by the government to those low on income, exchangeable for food. Why? Well, the company SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, believes that by doing so, it helps keep the people out of poverty. And the government. The government has a lot to do with food stamps as well. In 2008, Congress allowed states to relax their standards for who could join the program. In other words, if adults lived in town with no work, they were still able to get food stamps. My perspective. Well, you see, I work at a United Supermarkets. For those of you who don't know, it's your store for all your household goods, bottled goods, dairy products, meat products, frozen foods, etc. But the people of United Supermarkets. Well, what can I say about the people of United Supermarkets? They come in the store with food stamps. Well, one thing is that they take them for granted. You would be surprised on how many people complain that they don't have enough money on their food stamp card. Secondly, they complain on how the food is too expensive. They don't realize how fortunate and blessed they are to be able to get food stamps. Next, people that get them, I know for a fact, do not have a job. That's what gets me. If you don't have a job and you're getting food stamps, I just don't understand how that works out. And lastly, people who get food stamps are actually embarrassed to say that they had food stamps. If I had food stamps, I would yell it to the world, man. I'd be happy. I'd be like, yeah, man, I got food stamps. Shoot, I'm broke. I can afford. I get food stamps, man. However, I do know people who get food stamps, and they do have a job. They try to make a living for themselves, and I understand that. I'm not making my argument about them because I know that they do try to make a living for themselves, and they do try to do better for themselves. But my argument. Well, why am I talking about food stamps here today? I believe that it's unfair to us people who work and work all day and try to make a living for ourselves just to get our check to find out that the government has taken money out of our check for people with food stamps. What do I believe? I believe that it should be the other way around. The people who work should get the food stamps. I believe if it were the other way around, the unemployment rate would decrease due to the fact that people wanting to get jobs would be able to get the food stamps. And, what would you do to the people who already had the food stamps? Well, I would say drug test them. I know for a fact that people who come into United Supermarkets here in Hollis, Oklahoma, over half of them do drugs or sell drugs. I do what's right for me, for myself. I go to work, I try to make money for myself. But for the people who are bums and, do drugs, sell drugs, and they get free food, it's not right. So listen to me. What we need to do is start a protest. Go to the government. Tell them what they aren't seeing in the world. Make a list of the people who do drugs. Make a list for people to sign who are agreeing with your argument. Make a list who aren't in favor. So it, balance off. I guarantee more people would be in your favorment of more people who aren't. I guarantee that more people have jobs, that do have jobs, are wanting food stamps. Do whatever it takes. And again, I believe there are people who do what's right while on food stamps, but there are people who do wrong. I believe that it is unfair to us. I believe that the people with jobs should get the food stamps. do whatever it takes to make it happen.